harpsichord.
Oh, well, we got to do it with people we know.
Maybe this the guy you were talking about,
who does the word music.
Eric.
Eric could do that.
And fade in a blue tinted, slightly out of focus close-up of a young woman, the dark woman, very goth, nearly a dominatrix. The stuff, well, no.
No stuff.
Eyes closed, hair floating out around her in slow motion as if underwater.
That's on your side.
Stop, lock the door.
The movie is dedicated to my love. I'm in love with a beautiful woman, but my love demands much of me.
Alexei stops walking where the trails intersect. He looks up at the camera.
Do I even have enough love left to give?
So, here, all those other words are off screen.
Right.
You're not saying them.
Right, I know that.
This is the first time you actually say something. You look up at the ceiling and say
The hair.
He's gotten up, there's a close-up of his feet hitting the ground. He walks to the middle where the crosses intersect.
All right.
And then he looks up and the camera is up looking down at him.
So do I say it loudly?
Yes, loudly. Yeah.
Do I have enough love left to give? Is that good?
The chair. We see the bloody horribleness of what must have happened there. Behind the chair, the wall is covered with a series of charcoal marks, 6 vertical and 1 slashed across. His hand wanders over the marks until he finds 6 marks
What is
not
the
yet
7th
slashed.
Eve?
Cut to a close-up of the 6 marks.
My love has called.
His hand enters the frame and slashes across the marks with a piece of charcoal.
Must go to my love.
He says you take bad drugs that aren't aspirin or cough syrup, and you talk to yourself and scream at things that aren't really there. Body and bottles and keep it in your closet.
Single shot of a young woman dressed as a little girl sitting on the floor. She is holding a toy cosmetic mirror in one hand with a paintbrush in the other. She has just painted black circles around her eyes, a few lines of paint trickling down her cheek.
That could be tough.
Mommy says you eat bugs.
Okay, so indistinguishable dissolve to exterior city street early morning. The dark recess becoming lighter as the sun rises quickly. Birds begin chirping, traffic sounds. We eventually make out the form of floppy suit Alexei, lying on the ground in a fetal position, shivering, the long black coat lying over his feet where it was tossed. Alexei shivers and pulls the coat up over him. The camera is still moving in. He scoots back to the door and sits up, his eyes barely squinted open. The camera moves in on his eyes as they close again. Focus out. My poor, lovely little boy. Focus in, interior, plush bedroom. A close-up of the dark woman, smiling and looking gorgeous. A hand with a small brush enters the frame and touches up her makeup.
I love that scene. I just love the reaction there.
You have
Damn it, look gorgeous.
You're not doing it right.
But there's not going to be any, like,
No, there will be no actual penetration.
It's going to be the penis's point of view moving in toward this gigantic
We want no higher than an
NC-17
NC-17 rating.
Right into the dark butt.
Okay, so it has to look natural, right?
But there's not
No.
any
From the face's point of view, it'll show, like, you know...
No, I don't want any kind of natural.
This is like a dream sequence.
No, I know, but
I want it to be
Alex, listen. The people are going to push you over.
Okay.
They're going to push you over something. They're going to cut back to the dude. They're going to cut back to you. All we're going to see is an enormous butt, and then we're going to see you like peeking around the butt, looking back at the camera.
You're talking about it's going to be penis's point of view, right?
Right.
So,
but what I'm suggesting,
how's that going to look natural? I mean,
It doesn't have to look
after the
natural.
penis has been inserted,
Because it's like a dream
some sort of
sequence.
thrusting motion, well, we won't see the ass of the
No,
penis.
it fades to black. It fades to black
Right
from
away?
that point, yeah.
So you never...
Like, it's the penis's point of view into the darkened
darkened
crevasse.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Alex back in his room screaming.
Okay.
As any of us would.
Slowly tracks back, revealing him sucking Adriana's bleeding arm. Soon we see her tied to the chair, unconscious and very white, Alexei kneeling next to her. Camera continues back, and we see a single series of 6 vertical marks in the wall. Salt has begun accumulating in the